was talking to somebody about Fannie Lou Hamer, who is my hero and who I really admire and is the inspiration for me in social justice matters. So she's a sharecropper. She was. She had like maybe a sixth grade education in Mississippi, and who was feisty about making sure that Blacks in Mississippi in the late 50s, early 60s had a seat at the table to participate in the Democratic Convention in Mississippi, but also the National Convention, which I think was held in Chicago. This is like 64 or something. But all the run up to that, she was involved in making sure that there was adequate representation from Blacks in Mississippi at that. And this is a woman, as I say, who had maybe a sixth grade education, was a sharecropper all her life, come from a line of sharecroppers who, you mentioned house dress. I couldn't think of the term. So this is before the power suits that women wore, the red power suit to, express our authority. This woman had no letters behind her name, JD, DD, those kinds of credentials, but who knew she was right and who stood up with her hands on her hips in her house dress, these little printed cotton dresses, maybe belted sometimes, and pointing her finger. Maybe she wasn't pointing her finger, but the way she was expressing herself is as if she was pointing her finger and as if she was jacking people up by the by the collars, say, "Listen to me." She did get Blacks seated at the table. She was successful in what she was doing, but the woman was unintimidated. She did not care she didn't have letters behind her name. She did not care that she didn't wear a red power suit. She was there to speak the truth and to empower people, that she was representing, basically, because she was the spokesperson, I guess, for these folks who felt their voices weren't being heard. And so I really look to her as a model for how we have to behave to advocate for ourselves.